And good morning. It is November 11th, 2020, and this is the Eureka Street Crypto Hub. My name is Eureka John, and as you can see, I got some new intro music. Made it today on GarageBand. Anyway, I just wanted to say hello. I wanted to do a broadcast here Wednesday afternoon. I like being able to broadcast during the day. Wednesday is when I work from home. And today I wanted to cover Unibright. Unibright has been a token that I've been very fond of for quite a while, and I've been in contact on the Telegram group with some of the team and helping to proofread some of their marketing materials and stuff like that. Just trying to get myself involved in the crypto space. It's the crypto space. I would love to have a career in the crypto space, but until then, I'm working my regular job and just learning everything I can about everything about crypto I can, and just kind of getting in where I fit in, and just trying to apply my talents and the things I'm good at where they're possibly needed. And in this case, it was helping proofread some stuff for their team so they can help promote it. Unibright has been all over the place in the past few months. They've been all over YouTube. They've been making lots of deals, partnering with big names such as Microsoft and Coca-Cola, and then working with the Baseline protocol in order to create standardization of bringing the blockchain and smart contracts into the corporate supply chain and workspace. So we'll go into more detail into that in just a little bit. Let me, for the time being, start off with a little bit of CoinGecko. Okay, let's see here. Let's see what's happening for the day. And we have Bitcoin at 15,771.61 cents. It hasn't hit that 16,000 threshold yet, and that's okay. A good thing is Bitcoin is taking a breather and a rest, and actually it's pumping back up today, which is amazing. 12.8% in 7 days. I mean, shoot, dude, you know, that's really good. Ethereum 21.4% in the last 7 days. Ethereum's at 470.81. You want your tokens that you follow to do spurts and to shoot up and then take breathers. You don't want it to go up too fast, because the higher the faster it rises, the harder it falls. So Bitcoin right now is at 15,000 for the past several days. That's really good. It means it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to drop back down anytime soon, as far as I think so. It's not financial advice, by the way. I wouldn't take anything I say for financial advice at all, period. I'm just a dude following crypto and just trying to apply any type of previous experience I have in life to this, and being able to make judgments from that, and just trying my best here. So yeah, don't take anything I say for financial advice. But Bitcoin's at 15,771.61. It may hit 16,000 by the end of the week. That would be amazing. And then a lot of people are predicting 20,000 very soon, at least by the end of the year. And then who knows from there? I mean, all this is uncharted territory. Once it hits 20,000, which is the all-time high back in 2017 for Bitcoin, then we'll really be on the outer rim of the solar system, and just feeling our way through at that point. There will be no all-time high after that, because it will be the all-time high. Ethereum's at 470.81. I love this. I'm a big Ethereum head, Ether head, and it's my main holding, Ethereum and Bitcoin. Of course, I like to stick with the major blue chips. My blue chips are Ethereum, Bitcoin, Chainlink. Let's see here. Then I have Theta, Ocean, and Energy Web Token. And then who else am I leaving off? Oh man. Oh yeah, Aave. I have the Aave token. That's my DeFi blue chip. So I'm invested in those as my main ones. I do have some other tokens that I have scattered around, because those are kind of my default hedge or moon bags. But my main blue chips are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink. I just said it: Theta, Ocean, Energy Web, and Aave. My top 7. Um, I'd love to hear what everybody else's top 7 are. Everybody has different ideas, different things they like, different things they relate to. Oh, of course, Unibright is one of my top 7. The top 8. Okay, top 8. My top 8. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, Theta, Energy Web, Ocean, Aave, and Unibright are my top 8. Consider my blue chips. I do have some stuff like Tezos. I have some Cardano. I have a little bit of XLM and some XRP from back in the day. I got some Chain Games and Trust Swap. Let's see, the Utrust that I did the last broadcast on, I have some of that. And, I just got little bits of stuff here and there. Like I said, just little moon bags. Just in case one goes and shoots straight up, then, like I said, the higher it climbs, the faster it climbs, the harder it falls. So one of those moon bags, if it shoots up, bam, I'm done, I'm selling. Oh, I got a little bag of Polkadot too, just in case as well. I think Polkadot has great potential. But anyway, back to the point of the video, Unibright. I've been pretty heavily invested in, and the reason I was attracted to Unibright is because it was something I could really wrap my head around at a point when I was barely understanding any of these concepts. And a lot of times I just tried to immerse myself into this stuff, listening to podcasts way above my head, immersing myself in Zoom calls and stuff like that, and watching conferences where people are talking about stuff I have absolutely zero understanding of, because then you hear these terms over and over again, stuff like ZK snarks and roll-ups and sharding and 51% attacks and stuff like that absolutely make zero sense and sound like complete Greek. And well, if you know Greek, but anyway, you just hear these terms, and then you hear them in certain contexts spoken by certain people about certain tokens like Ethereum or DeFi projects or whatever. Governance is another term, governance token, utility token, and I didn't know what any of that stuff was, but I just kept on and kept on listening, and then slowly things are just starting to fall into place and puzzle pieces and be like, oh, so that's what they're talking about when they're talking about roll-ups, a way to bundle up a bunch of different transactions to shove them through all at once and be able to make the transactions be scalable. So, my approach in this podcast is to kind of bring a lowbrow approach to a lot of this stuff, because a lot of cryptocurrency YouTubers and people that write the articles and stuff, they just assume that a lot of people have a lot of knowledge, 1, about tech, and 2, about finance. I have very little knowledge of either. I mean, my tech knowledge is okay. I do actually have some coding experience and some web development experience. My finance knowledge has gotten better in the past couple of years because of cryptocurrency, but before that I had no idea what the difference between an annuity and a bond and what a fiduciary was and all that stuff. I mean, I didn't know what a stock option was, a call or a put. I mean, come on. A lot of people don't know this stuff, and you take it for granted. So I've had to educate myself just by throwing myself in there and immersing myself into a language and a culture in a way that I didn't understand. It's a lot like an immigrant coming to the United States, not knowing our language and culture, and then suddenly being thrown in, and then just feeling helpless, looking stupid, and then once they're able to communicate themselves effectively, then everybody realizes, oh my God, this person was a doctor back in their other country. Those are the things we take for granted. So here I am in this crypto space trying to do the same, throwing myself in there, getting myself involved in projects. I got myself involved in Unibright. I've gotten myself involved in other ways. I was selling advertising for another company for a little bit. I've gotten in Telegram groups and tried to understand what it's all about. I got involved with the Lambda group. I've gotten and got in deep into their Telegram group and wrote an article about that token, the Tau token and Ocean Protocol. I took the Ocean Academy and I got certified in learning about what that whole data marketplace is about. So just jump in stuff. Don't be afraid. I mean, if you look stupid, you look stupid. I mean, the only person you probably look stupid to is yourself, honestly. Otherwise, to anybody else, you just look like somebody that wants to learn. And that's not such a bad thing. So here we are with Unibright. What attracted me to Unibright is because a lot of people don't have experience in business either. I happen to have some pretty good experience in business, small business, not large business. So this is kind of where Unibright has challenged me, because a lot of this software and these applications apply towards larger corporations and supply chains. I have experience in supply chain and with corporations, but coming from the perspective of somebody who's worked in small businesses, mom and pop operations my entire life. So I'm working with this type of framework, and I decided to go to the Unibright website because I saw, I believe it was Chico Crypto talk about it a long time ago, maybe even before he talked about it. I can't remember who I saw, but I was like, oh, God, yeah, I'll go check it out. My wife shopping for light fixtures. Yeah, I mean, here I am trying to learn Python, you know. So it's just jump in. There's plenty of free tutorials for whatever you want to do. So as you can see, Unibright has tons of YouTube videos dedicated to Unibright. I mean, a lot of people are super excited about this technology. You have Ivan on Tech. He's probably the number one YouTuber right now. You have BitBoy, Hashoshi. I don't know Cryptosaurus, but I'll check it out. You know, the Crypto Kid, Unibright themselves, Chico Crypto. This was 8 months ago. So I mean, there's some pretty big YouTube names talking about Unibright. This is Stefan and Martin Young, and they are here. They do AMAs quite a bit, and they're always available to talk to you. There's another guy, Rude Heisman, in the Telegram group, and he's kind of the outreach guy, and he's always available and will be happy to answer questions for you. Really nice dude. So, and the community. There's some really good Unibright community. Let's see here. There is, yeah, this dude Jack here. He's always about Unibright. There's another guy here. What is his name? Yeah, Maciej. He's from Iceland. He's also all about Unibright. He's an ambassador. I mean, look these guys up. Crypto Island. Let's see what Jack's is. Jack is Sidjakster. Okay. Follow these guys. Ask some questions about Unibright. Get involved. Let them know what your skill set and talents are, and ask Rude Heisman as well. Let me see. Here he is, Rude Huisman. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. He's the marketing and communication strategist, outreach dude. So add him. If you have any questions about Unibright, go to these people. They're super awesome and happy to help. So as you can see, Unibright's been covered. So what is Unibright? Unibright.io is their website. Unibright is kind of a graphical user interface for smart contracts. And what that means is a smart contract, for those of you who don't know, is a contract where you have A and B that need to be fulfilled, or A, and then X will happen. And it does this automatically. Once these qualifications are filled, then something will happen automatically. It doesn't require a lawyer. It doesn't require any type of intermediary. It is a signed contract on the blockchain that allows something else to happen once these requirements are met. And once these requirements are met, the code, the Solidity code, is tripped off, and then it allows the result to happen. And I mean, there's so many uses for this. Say, for instance, you didn't have enough money to buy a car, but you and two other people could partner in and buy a car to be able to use as some kind of Uber taxi. Well, you have three ownership of one car, three-person ownership of one car. Well, somebody could go in and they could go into their app, they could hail that car, and then they could the car would come to them. They would get in the car, they would do their fare. Well, you could divide up the profits of that in a smart contract to automatically, from their fare, to be divided three ways to go into each of your three wallets. Then maybe a fourth wallet that everybody agrees to a percentage of that to go into for maintenance. And then, that's how everything is jointly owned. So that's a smart contract that would be in control of that. So in Unibright's case, Unibright, one of the main applications for Unibright is the supply chain for corporations. And large corporations and small corporations all have supply chains. I work for a hose company. We make and manufacture hose, and there are the plastics that we need, the yarn that we need for the reinforcement. There's all types of tooling and maintenance equipment and machines that we need to be able to make that. Got to get packaging, so it's all part of the supply chain. And then the people with the plastics, they have people that supply them. And then the people that use our hose for their products, they also have other products coming in to be able to put, say for instance, they need the hose for one of their pump sprayers for pest control, or for propane for their RV. They have a bunch of other parts coming in to build their products, and that's what a supply chain is and does. And a lot of times things get jumbled up, timing gets off. You get one product too early and you get another product too late, and then your budget gets thrown off because you spent too much and you got invoiced too much for this product that you didn't need yet. Then you don't have enough money to buy this other product that you need right now. And supply chains, especially right now with COVID-19 and everything that's been going on, and plants being closed down. I know in the United States there's a lot less imports from China, and as a domestic manufacturer, we're getting 10 times more business, which is great, but our supply chain is getting stressed and we're not able to handle stuff. So this is where smart contracts can come into play and work really well. Well, what Unibright does, it automates these smart contracts for businesses. So if say we had a product coming in and we need it to be allocated to a couple different spots. Well, we need two different people to sign off in those departments in order for that PO and that division of the allocation of the product to be able to be approved by each of the department heads. Well, if there's a smart contract, that could be done automatically. So there's a software that connects to the CRM and the ERP systems of a company in order to be able to validate those processes on the blockchain, so everything is recorded and traced and is done secure, and it can be anonymous. So let's take a look. There's an interface. It's called the Unibright connector, and it runs off the Unibright token. So the Unibright token is what's called a utility token, and you use that token like money or like gas, like Ethereum is gas, to be able to trade and use the Ethereum platform. The Unibright token is the Unibright gas to be able to use that software. And that software, let me see here. Here's the Unibright software. So basically, to me, and what it does is it's kind of a drag and drop type of deal. You can drag here, and then you can drag all this to create these flow charts, kind of an approval process, and that builds the smart contract. So it's a graphical device to be able for project managers and supply chain and logistics managers and who else who do not have any programming or coding background, so you don't have to go out and hire some programmer and add an entire department to your department. You can let your project managers create the smart contracts using this. So you would drag this here and you would create your flow chart from beginning to end about an approval process and where products and goods need to be allocated, and then here they are being put on the blockchain as far as a permanent record of these types of things. To me, kind of reminds me of Visio, Microsoft Visio, and Dreamweaver combined. So let's see here. Here's Microsoft Visio, if you're not familiar with it. It's kind of a flow chart, a corporate flow chart type of program for those of you who like to make fun of corporate stuff. I don't know if you've ever seen on bathroom walls people making a flow chart of whether or not you need to piss or not. It's pretty funny. Yeah, so that's a drag and drop type of deal, but it doesn't interact with anything. I mean, I guess you can connect it to emails and stuff like that, but it doesn't interact with the blockchain. But basically, if you've ever seen a flow chart from Visio, this is what it looks like. And so it's very similar to the Unibright flow chart here. But this is connected to the blockchain and to it'll shoot emails to whoever needs the approval. Once they approve in their email, it'll go back to the feedback, the person who sent the request, and then the smart contract will be initiated. And then here's Dreamweaver. A lot of people compare the Unibright connector software to WordPress, which is fine. WordPress, if you're familiar, was kind of a blog engine back in the day, and then it turned into a web builder, a web page builder, in which you don't need to know web code. But before that was Dreamweaver and Microsoft Front Page. And as you can see here, there's the layout view and the coding view. You could work in either. When I was a web developer, I would work down the coding view because I was cool. And then, but somebody could just type in or drag and drop pictures, and then the code would be automatically built. It's pretty damn heavy code too. So it was better if you could learn code and pull out a lot of the unnecessary crap that Microsoft would put in there, or Macromedia would put in there. And then let's see here. I saw a front page layout here, but I don't know. I don't want to go digging through. But front page is very similar if you're familiar with Microsoft Front Page, and yeah, like you could so you drag and drop your files onto there. So it's kind of a similar layout in which Solidity, you do the same, and the code is built in the background. See here, you can click on the code preview, and so it's kind of, you can go from code view to workflow view, then you save your work, and then you connect all that to the Ethereum platform, and you make it go live, and then your smart contracts are live, and those can be applied to the supply chain workflow. And it can be done through Microsoft SAP, through the Oracle system, and any other type of CRM. I am curious because this is what my workplace uses, is Xtuple. It's kind of an obscure CRM type of system, but it's just your basic standard CRM type of system. I mean, you got your customer database, you have your workflow database, you have your sales orders, your packing lists, your invoices, all that stuff here. I'm wondering how Unibright would connect to something like this. So questions, I always have questions, good questions and bad questions, but they're questions. So I don't know the answer to this, and I know that Unibright works really well with larger companies that use SAP, Microsoft SAP, and Oracle, and stuff like the Coca-Cola North America supply chain program that they have going on. But how well would they work with smaller companies? So a smaller company that would use something like this, like Xtuple. We're not a mom and pop operation, but we do have about 75 employees, so be interesting to get some feedback on that. So anyway, you use the Unibright token. Right now, Unibright token, and you have to use the Unibright token to be able to get that software to interact with you. So you would have to get, I guess, whoever's in charge of your finance at your company to buy these Unibright tokens, and then they would be kept in a store, in a storage space or a wallet, and applied towards every use of it. And then as a speculator, you could buy these Unibright tokens, and as more and more corporations adopt it, I guess that would change the value, and the more valuable they would become. I need to dig some more in the tokenomics, but I'm just here to kind of give you a surface approach to kind of just introduce you to what it is. You can dive into more of the tokenomics and the more technical aspects of it. But Unibright is an ERC20 token, which means it operates on the Ethereum platform. So you can trade it on Uniswap, and any other type of ERC20 trading platform. 1inch, I believe, has it. Coinbase Custody. It's not on Coinbase Pro or Coinbase yet, and I don't know any other exchanges it's on so far. But here's Unibright on CoinGecko. Let's see here, 38 cents, and let's just check out the year. 1 year. Let's see here. So it's been slowly going up. It had a spike back in May. I remember that, and but it's been developing partnerships with Coca-Cola, with Baseline Protocol. Okay, yes, that's something else I need to go into. I almost forgot about Baseline here. Baseline Protocol is, how do I describe Baseline? They are kind of a standards organization that is forming. Okay, so Unibright plays a major role in developing the Baseline Protocol, which is about connecting traditional systems to each other and notarizing states on a public mainnet like Ethereum. The Baseline Protocol is an open source, which means anybody can use it, initiative that combines advances in cryptography, messaging, and blockchain to deliver secure and private business processes at a low cost via the public blockchain, acting as a middleware. So whatever system you're using, SAP, Oracle, or the Xtuple one I showed you, or whatever proprietary, maybe QuickBooks, I don't know, type of CRM system you're using, should be able to connect to the Unibright software to interact with the Ethereum blockchain. Now, what the Baseline Protocol does, it's kind of a set of standards. If you're familiar in manufacturing with the ISO 9001 standards, those are quality standards that stand outside of any one company that everybody kind of follows to create a standard of quality. And if something doesn't, if you're working with another company that goes by ISO 9001 standards, you know that it's going to have a certain level of quality met, and you're not going to have to worry about that. I would kind of draw that analogy towards Baseline. Baseline is kind of an agreed upon standard set of protocols for cryptography and messaging to ensure the security on the blockchain and to ensure that people don't just end up storing their information on the public blockchain for everybody to see. So if you follow a Baseline protocol as a company working with Unibright, then you are ensured that your information, your proprietary information, will remain safe, and that nobody else and your competitors who may be on the same supply chain will not be able to see what you're doing. That's very important, especially for companies in manufacturing. For instance, we private brand label our hose for several different companies who may compete against each other, but they use our plant to manufacture their hose. So if we were all working on the same public blockchain, then it's possible that some of X company who competes against Y company might be able to see each transaction on the blockchain. And what Baseline Protocol does, it kind of eliminates that possibility, and it's a set of security and cryptography standards that allow privacy to happen on the blockchain. So if everybody follows these standards and it's agreed upon, then everybody is happy doing business. And why would a company want to put their supply chain on the blockchain? To make it traceable and trackable, and to ensure quality. And that's, to me, right off the bat, that's what I think of. I'm sure other people might have some other ideas, but to me, that's what I think of. So Universal Business Token is what UBT, the token, now stands for. So it's used for smart contract creation, the connection of smart contracts, tokenization, um, and a lot of people talk about tokenizing real estate. And my example earlier about everybody, maybe more than one person owning a car and being able to share the fares from an automatic ride service type of program, it can be used in something like that. Workshops, consulting workshops. I don't know much about that, so I'll have to read more into it. But I mean, there's just so much out there. Apparently, they just partnered with a company called Provide. I guess it works with the tokenization to be able to make sure that liquidity pools and the allocation of the tokens are not dried up. And so, if a company is in the middle of a project and suddenly they run out of UBT tokens, and say, for instance, everybody in the market has bought all the UBT tokens, then they're not going to run out. So I don't really know the details of that. I'd have to look into it. So let's look into some of the partners here. Yeah, they work with Microsoft, Provide, Lufthansa, Coca-Cola North America, Coinbase Custody. I don't know these other ones, probably European companies. The Ethereum Alliance, Baseline, and then I don't know these. But, they're forming great partnerships. These guys have a lot of experience. It's a great team. Yeah, there's just a lot going on here, and you can really dig a lot deeper than I'm going to dig. Just go to their website, go to their Telegram group, talk to the people on Twitter, and then Rude. If you have any actual questions, if you're a company and wants to learn how to integrate Unibright into your system, I'm sure they will have some great answers for you. I just, I'm kind of, I'm just learning here. So, just trying to cover it. I'm a big fan of this. I am a big fan of tokens that you can use for something other than just staking and gaining interest. I'm not really interested in farming and just farming out my money to possibly hypothetically gain some 1,000 APY interest or whatever. To me, it's just not something I'm interested in. I'm interested in the tech, and I truly am interested in the tech. I want stuff that I put my money towards to build something and to grow something. And Unibright does this. Ocean Protocol does this, creating a data marketplace. Chainlink does this, creating oracles, connecting data with the blockchain. I mean, Ethereum is the world computer. I mean, come on. So everything that I put my money into is chain games, for instance, another one. It's kind of a token to be able to participate in esports and gamble on it. So I mean, I like my investments to have solid use cases and not just be about growing money in a trying to lure as many people in as possible to get enough participants in order to make the stake pool higher so somebody else can earn some profits. Not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in practical use cases like this, and supply chain is very close to something I do. Energy Web Token as well is another one that is very useful to me as well, and it comes from my experience in the energy industry. So yeah, I don't just invest just to speculate, even though I am speculating. But I like practical stuff, hands-on stuff. And this, to me, Unibright is a very hands-on type of token. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for me today. I'm trying to narrow down the scope and remain more focused. I know my head is just scattered around everywhere. And I just, I'm like squirrel, and I just want to focus on as many different things at once because there's a lot of exciting stuff going on in this space. But I'm going to have to restrain myself. And I'm going to be signing off, and I will go ahead and get this music going again here. And you guys have a good afternoon, and give me a thumbs up or thumbs down, and tell me what you like and don't like about the podcast. Let me know what you think about Unibright, and let me know what your top 8 or 10 tokens are. Hit me up on Twitter. I love talking about this stuff, and this is why I do the podcast, because I drive my friends and family crazy trying to talk about crypto. And not everybody appreciates it as much as you and I. All right. Well, thanks for hanging in there with me, and I will talk to you later.